Hey, this is Jeff again with Evolve Adventures, ReiguideService.com, ReiguideService.com. Want to do a real quick video and talk about an interesting phone conversation I just had with an ex-Olympian, gold medalist. Not that long ago, but a long time ago. And I'm going to tell you this. I was very intrigued by the fact that that was one of the first things that was said in the introduction, and very proud, of course. Lots of time and dedication and hard work goes into being able to accomplish something like that. Getting a gold medal for the United States, representing the United States, it's amazing. And now this guy is trying to get into doing real estate, and was telling me how he had bought a couple of courses on flipping or wholesaling from gurus or whatever. And, you know, I really got into the meat and potatoes of it with him and was like, you know, the thing is that, and I hate saying this to anybody, you know, it's easier here than it is on the phone, believe it or not. Because when people tell me they spent all this time and money invested in something, this guy told me this current job is ending in 2 weeks, and so his wife also isn't working, so they don't really know what they're going to do. And real estate isn't quick, easy money, so, you know, maybe not the best route, even with wholesaling. And I felt bad having explained to him that, you know, let's go through the process, right? If you want to be a wholesaler, you drive around or you get online or some way you find a property where you get to have a conversation with the property owners. Okay, that's step one. Step two is you're going to go out and you're going to probably visit the property. Before you go there, you're going to want to do comps, right? You're going to want to know what the comparables are, what the maximum value that you can get for this property based on its square footage alone. You don't have to see it. You don't have to know what it looks like. You need to know what, if it looked the best based on square footage, what would it be worth? How do you get that? How do you get the comps? Well, the only way in Texas you can get them reliably is if you go through HAR. Real estate agent, you know, a real estate agent, whatever. But so you could call up a real estate agent and ask her or him for comparables, of course. But you know, how many times are they going to do that for you before they don't want to do that for you? Because if you're wholesaling, obviously you're not going to be using a real estate agent. So then it would be wrong of you to just continue to ask someone anyway. But I digress. That's another morality issue, not a whatever. So then the next step is that now you have the comparable. So let's say it's worth $100,000. Okay, all fixed up, ready to go, super nice condition, on sale, full retail, 100 grand. So that means that right now, before you even get to see the property, before you've been to the property, you know that the maximum amount of money that you can offer them is $65,000, right? That's the most. If it's in perfect shape, retail condition, ready to go, you can offer them $65,000. Now, they're not going to do that, obviously. If it's in that kind of condition, they would just sell it retail. But let's say that it needs $10,000 worth of work to get there. It needs a kitchen upgrade and a couple of areas, ceiling fans falling down. It needs some stuff. There's going to be $65,000 minus that $10,000 worth of repairs. So if you have $10,000, it's $55,000 offer. Okay, explain it, holding costs, closing costs. You're not going to make 35%, so don't get too excited. I've explained that in other videos. I might do it again. We'll see how long this one takes. The point is that now you know that you got the repair cost, the after repair value, and now you can make your offer, right? You made your offer, and let's say it's accepted. But hold on, how did you know what the repair costs are? Because are you going to call a bunch of contractors and ask them to bid on something? Because you're not going to do the deal. So what would be the reason for you to do that, right? Is that would be two different other companies, other people's time that you would be asking to invest in something that you're never going to hire them for. Maybe they might get those jobs from the person that buys from you, but probably not. Most contractors are going to do this. So how are you going to know the cost? Because if you don't know the cost and you don't know the ARV, you can't even make an offer. You can't make an offer, and if you are just guessing or not using specific facts, if you're off by $5,000 one way or the other on both of those, you could be completely screwing the deal, right? The person's going to be offended and not take the offer on their house to begin with. The person's going to be offended that you tried wholesaling them something that you said was $20,000 repair and it's clearly $40,000 to repair. They're going to call you a scammer. Your reputation's going to be shot. Wholesaling is not easy. There's a lot of levels to it, and there's things that you can do, like, you know, only wholesaling perfect properties. But here's the other part of it, right? If I can buy a property for 65% of ARV minus repairs, and I get that under contract, I can go straight to a hard money lender. Because here's the thing, flipping a house, way easier than wholesaling, right? Like, all that other stuff is done for you. If you're flipping it, you already have all the repair costs, right? You already have all that. You have all the repair costs. You have the after repair value. You have a hard money loan that's just giving you basically free money. I mean, you got to pay for it, but it comes out of the profit of the deal ultimately. So it is free money because you're using their money to fix a property that you didn't pay for. That now, and it's non-recourse, which means they can't come after you if you screw up. That's the only way it's a real hard money loan. So why not just do it? Because do you know how hard it's going to be to repeat that process of finding properties at 65% of ARV minus repairs, enough that you're wholesaling them? Because on that deal that I just described, you might be able to wholesale that deal to someone for 5%. So that means, and let's say you're really, really good, you got a strong list of desperate buyers, and so they're willing to buy for 75% of ARV minus repairs. Cool. That's awesome. You're going to make 10%. So that means for you to make 10 grand a month, $120,000 a year, which is, you know, upper middle class depending on where you live, lower middle class depending on where you live. I mean, how are you going to do that though? How are you going to go through 50, 60 deals to find one you can wholesale? And why would you wholesale it when you're going to make $5,000, $10,000 when you could make, you know, $15,000, $20,000? If you did a lot of the work yourself, you could make $15,000 to $20,000 as the investor, and then you could make another, you know, $10,000 if you do all of the construction work, right? Well, not that much because there's materials in there, but I digress. Anyway, my point is this. My point is that I think that it's a sad day when someone that you know, struggled to give up a large part of their time in their youth to perfect something and be an expert at something like becoming an Olympian. That's a lot of time and dedication. And then when they're willing and able to put it into something else, people come along and mislead them and sell them programs and books and classes, because I explained all this to him. And at the end of that conversation, he was very frustrated, I guess, not with me, but frustrated with the fact that he didn't see it before. And I don't look down upon anybody that is going to who they think are experts and getting that advice from experts and believing that expert advice, because there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that these experts aren't really experts. They're experts on marketing and selling and packaging and making things seem easy and nice so that anybody can do it. I mean, how can you sell someone a wholesaling course that doesn't include, hey, in order for you to get comparables that are actual listed or actual
incoming
sales.
call. Press Uconnect phone button to answer.
I had a call come in, screwed up my video. Listen, at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. I just think that there's ways that you can wholesale, right? But you can't go depend on contractors or trades. So unless you know the numbers for real, on what it's going to cost to fix things, then you shouldn't just make stuff up. And if you don't know what you're doing, then that's what's going to happen. You're just going to make stuff up, and then the person that's buying that property from you is going to be screwed with it. And I don't think that making money by passing people problems based on lies is a good way to make money. I think that's what a lot of the gurus and whatever are doing by not giving you all the information that you need to comparables, you need the construction costs, and in order to get those, you need professionals that, as a wholesaler, you're never going to hire. You're never going to make any money for them. So that means constantly forming relationships, or just paying them, paying them flat out to do that, which is also something that you could do that's completely and totally fair. I mean, if you find a local contractor who's willing to walk these projects for you and are willing to give you estimates, and you're going to pay them for it, then that's fine. Real estate agents, same thing. You're going to pay them to do, that's fine. But most of these gurus are just talking about form a relationship and ask nicely and hugs and kisses. That's bullshit. Pay people for the services that you get, and you'll get much better service. You don't want to sit around for 2 days waiting for a comparable. You don't want to sit around waiting for a week to get your contractor to give you a bid. Pay people. If you want to be a wholesaler, that's fine. Have a little bit of money so that you can pay people that are the professionals that you want to get help from. That's a really neat looking motorcycle. I don't know what that is. Anyway, be blessed, bless others. ReGuideService.com. If you have any questions about wholesaling, if you have any things that you're still curious about or that I completely and totally missed, feel free to comment, message, email me, whatever. ReGuideService.com, ReiguideService.com. Later.